We've all heard the question before, iOS or Android? Each side gives their own opinions to why they believe their OS is far superior than the other, but I'm here to tell you why I believe, in my opinion, Android is better than iOS, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. Let's get started. Coming in at number 5 has to be the customization that Android offers. And I know we've all heard this one before, but it's true. Android is just far superior when it comes to customization than iOS. In fact, iOS can get pretty boring at times. There's just not much you can do with the OS. Sure, you can move some icons around, but that's pretty much it. On Android, you can download a launcher on the Play Store and change how your OS completely looks and works. You can add a theme to your OS as well, and that changes how the operating system looks and feels. You can add widgets to the home screen, which helps in making things more accessible when you're using your phone. And I know iOS offers some widgets when you swipe right on the home page, but you can't compare the customization that Android offers with what you get on iOS. There's just not much you can do. You can't even add, or you can't even put an icon at the bottom of your screen with iOS. It defaults to the top. In Android, there's just an unlimited amount of customization abilities at your fingertips. Coming in at number 4 is price. And this one's pretty straightforward. If you want to purchase an iPhone, the cheapest option you have available for you right now is the iPhone XR, which starts at $749. But for Android, there's just so many more choices. There's so many more options. If you want a really cheap option, you can look at the Moto E, which starts at $129.99. If you want something with higher specs, you can look at the OnePlus 6T, and that starts at $549.99. So there's just much more options when it comes to prices, and you get a better value for what you get with Android. There's just no debate when it comes to price. Coming in at number 3 is multitasking. And I'm talking about true multitasking. When you have one half of your phone using one app and the other side using another app. When you're using split view on your phone. And I know iOS for iPad has this type of multitasking built in, but for some reason Apple didn't include it, or it's not available to use on the iOS for iPhone. And that's kind of confusing to me. With Android, in the recent updates, you have this type of multitasking, this type of split view included right into the OS. It's easy to use, and you can use almost any app. Coming in at number 2 is the file system. And with Android, it's so easy to use the file system. This is what happens when you plug an Android phone into a PC. It opens up a file app. You can use it the same way you would use a USB drive. It's that easy. You can drag files into the phone, remove files from the phone and put it into the computer. It's so easy to use. With iOS, you have to plug in your phone, download iTunes, create an account, and then even after you do all of that, the only thing you can remove from your iOS device is media files. So it just doesn't compare to an Android phone. Android phone is just far superior when it comes to file management. Coming in at number 1 is options. And this one's pretty straightforward as well. With Android, you have so many options to choose from when it comes to a phone. If you want a phone with a large screen, you have so many choices available. If you want a phone with a smaller screen, you have so many choices available as well. If you want a phone that comes with a stylus, you have a few choices to choose from. With iPhone, well, if you want a new phone, you pretty much have 3 options. You have the iPhone XS, the iPhone XS Max, and the iPhone XR. That's it. The smallest version of an iPhone that's available right now is the iPhone XS. And with Android, there's so many more options available for you. If you want a rugged phone that's not made of all glass, you have that option available for you in Android. There's just so many options to choose from, and you can choose a phone that fits your specific needs. If you want a phone that has a huge battery that helps you get through a whole day without having to charge it, that's available to you in Android. You have to look for it, but it's an option there for you. With iOS, well, like I mentioned, you have those 3 options, and that's pretty much it. And there you go. Those are the top 5 reasons I believe Android is better than iOS. But don't get me wrong, there are many things that iOS does that are much better than Android. In fact, there are many things in Android that just drive me crazy. But as of right now, I believe that Android is superior to iOS. Let me know what you think with a comment down below, and please, if you like the video, subscribe.